unified licensed regime will soon be introduced in Ghana with the aim to bring down the cost of internet for operators and consequently consumers. The regime, which is the global standard of license for telecom operators, will be implemented in line with the quest by the government to make data accessible to consumers at a cheaper rate. Answering questions from the Appointment Committee of Parliament, Minister-designate for the Communication and Digitalization, Isla Owusu-Ekufo, hinted that the option has become critical due to the increase in usage of data in the country.
Going forward, would implement the unified licensing regime for the network operators. So it doesn't matter whether it is 2G, 3G, or 4G spectrum that you have. You can use whatever available technology there is on the available spectrum that you have to deliver the service that you want. Currently, the licenses are spectrum specific, and the technology is tied to the spectrum that you can use. But now they're freeing it up so that with the advances of technology, you can use whatever technology you want to deliver the services that you want. Now, a lot of people are downloading a lot of stuff, Netflix, YouTube, Google, etc. We're going to have conversations with these service providers so that they locate cached service in Ghana. So you don't have to use expensive bandwidth to download stuff from wherever their data centers are, but you'll be doing it locally. And we believe that that would also reduce the cost of data to the subscriber.
The Communications Minister-designate, Isla Owusu-Ekufo, also reiterated that the National Communication Authority acted in accordance with the Electronic Communication Law of 2008 in shutting down radio stations. According to her, rumors of her having abused power and threatening democracy were unfounded. Upon taking office in 2017, she conducted an FM broadcasting audit. An audit, she says, which revealed that a total of 144 radio stations had committed several infractions which necessitated their shutdown. Madam Isla added that it would be inappropriate for anyone to think the NCA in its execution of duty deliberately would infringe on the right to free expression. According to her, as a citizen of this country, everyone, including the owners of the media houses, is subject to the laws of the land and the necessary sanctions were applicable.
After the FM audit, certain fines were imposed ranging from several millions of cedis to thousands of cedis on some of the affected stations. Some operators started paying those fines. There was a huge outcry that the fines were too much. And so I came to this house and announced that upon consultation with the board, we're taking the decision to reduce the fines. The board itself took further action to reduce the fines to 1 year. Some had been in default for over 16 years, and they had calculated it backwards. Dissatisfied with all that, some of these stations went to court or the tribunal. Now the tribunal decided that the NCA acted wrongfully in imposing fines on those whose authorization had expired and had not applied for renewal. They could only impose fines on those who had valid authorizations. Now, if you do not apply for renewal 3 months at least before your license expires, it means you do not have a valid authorization, and you revert to the position of somebody who is now going to apply for an authorization. And so the NCA had to refund the monies that they had collected from those that they fined. And if the law doesn't allow you to operate without a license, then you do not have the right to operate without a license. And that's what led to the shutdown of the radio stations.
The National Communication Authority is mandated by Section 2 of the Electronic Communication Act 2008 Act 775 to regulate the radio spectrum designated or allocated for use by broadcasting organizations and providers of broadcasting services. At the end of the audit, 56 FM stations were closed down, of which 43 submitted fresh applications for reauthorization. 30 of these applications have been processed and granted new authorizations to operate, while the remaining 13 will be processed within the first quarter of 2021. Currently, there are 625 authorized FM stations in Ghana as of the end of 2020, with a total of 452 representing 72% in operation, while 173 stations representing 28% are not yet in operation.
Guinea health authorities have declared an outbreak of Ebola in a rural community in the south of the country, with at least 7 people infected, 2 of whom died, the UN World Health Organization (WHO) confirmed on Sunday. This is the first time the disease has been reported in the country since the deadly 2014-2016 outbreak in West Africa, which claimed over 11,000 lives. Matshidiso Moeti, WHO Regional Director for Africa, said it's a huge concern to see the resurgence of Ebola in Guinea, a country which has already suffered so much from the disease. She was, however, hopeful that, banking on the expertise and experience built during the previous outbreak, health teams in Guinea will move to quickly trace the path of the virus and curb further infections. According to the UN Health Agency, the cases which were confirmed by the National Laboratory occurred in southern Guinea. Initial investigation found that a nurse from a local health facility died on 28 January. Following her burial, 6 people who attended the funeral reported Ebola-like symptoms, and 2 of them later died. The other 4 are in hospital. Samples of the confirmed cases have been sent to the Institute Pasteur Center in Senegal for full genome sequencing to identify the strain of the Ebola virus. Guinea was one of the 3 most affected countries in the 2014-2016 West Africa Ebola outbreak, which was the largest since the virus was first discovered in 1976. The outbreak, which saw some 28,000 cases, including 11,000 deaths, started in Guinea and then moved across land borders to Sierra Leone and Liberia. Staff from WHO are already on the ground, assisting surveillance and infection prevention and control efforts. In addition, the agency is also helping Guinea procure the Ebola vaccine, which has proven instrumental in controlling outbreaks in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. As the epicenter of the current outbreak in a border area, WHO is also working with health authorities in Liberia and Sierra Leone to step up community surveillance of cases in their border districts, as well as strengthening their capacity to test for cases and conduct surveillance in health facilities. WHO is also reaching out to Côte d'Ivoire, Mali, Senegal and other countries at risk in the region, the agency said. Ebola virus disease, EVD, is a rare but severe, often fatal illness in humans. The average EVD case fatality rate is around 50%, with rates having varied from 25% to 90% in past outbreaks. The Ebola virus spreads through contact with the body fluids such as vomit, feces or blood of an infected person, or through surfaces and materials contaminated with these fluids. The incubation period, that is the time interval from infection with the virus to onset of symptoms, is from 2 to 21 days. The symptoms of EVD can be sudden and include fever, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and sore throat. This is followed by vomiting, diarrhea, rash, symptoms of impaired kidney and liver function, and in some cases internal and external bleeding. According to WHO, though there are no known treatments for Ebola, an Ebola vaccine RV-SV-Zibov can offer protection against the deadly virus. In addition, simple interventions early on can significantly improve chances of survival, including rehydration from fluids and body salts, given orally or intravenously, and treatment of specific symptoms. Hand hygiene is also a very effective way to prevent the spread of the virus.
Data from the Bank of Ghana shows that gold was the highest earner, raking in $6.7 billion, which is about 47% of Ghana's total exports. The economy recorded a trade surplus of $2 billion last year, equivalent to 3% of gross domestic product, on the back of strong gold prices, according to the latest Bank of Ghana data. The country raked in a total of $14.45 billion from its exports, against total imports valued at $12.43 billion in 2020, despite the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to reduced cross-border trade and domestic economic activity. The figures contained in Bank of Ghana's January 2021 summary of economic and financial data shows that gold was the highest earner, raking in $6.7 billion, which is about 47% of total exports. Oil exports followed with $2.9 billion, that is 20.1%, and cocoa with $2.3 billion, representing 16.1%. The remaining 16.8% came from non-traditional exports, which brought in $2.35 billion. Understandably, last year's total export value was lower than 2019, when the country earned $15.6 billion against imports of $13.4 billion. According to the central bank's figures, gold finished 2020 at 25.4% higher than the previous year's price of $1,481.03 an ounce. In December, gold price was at a record high of $1,857.02. Meanwhile, last year was a particularly bad one for crude oil, as the pandemic shock, price wars among major producers, and the concomitant effects of reduced global economic activity and economic lockdown led to lower demand for crude. Consequently, crude oil lost 22.9% of its price, ending December 2020 at $50.02 per barrel compared to $65.02 per barrel in December 2019. Cocoa, on the other hand, performed better in 2020 than it did in 2019. It ended last year at a price of $2,581.03 per ton compared to $2,518.04 per ton recorded in 2019.
The Ghana Education Service GES has directed all schools in Ghana to halt the celebration of this year's Sith March parade across the country. The directive follows a press release from the GES on Monday, stating the decision to suspend all Sith March activities as a result of the high prevalence rate of COVID-19 cases in the country. The letter, signed by the Deputy Director General of the service, Anthony Boateng, also stated that consequently, management of the Ghana Education Service wishes to inform all regions that the 64th Independence Anniversary Parade on the 6th of March 2021 has been suspended. According to the GES, all schools must comply with the directive and inform authorities and governmental institutions about the directive. The statement by GES comes on the back of a letter signed by the Chief of Staff and the President of Ghana, directing the suspension of this year's Independence Day celebrations and all its related activities in regions, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies across the country, dated February 11, 2021. This development, in addition to the suspension of many local festivals, fairs and exhibitions, samples the state of the social and economic activities in Ghana, which has been hit severely by the outbreak of the COVID-19, culminating in arguably one of the worst pandemics in human history. Meanwhile, Ghana's COVID-19 active case count saw a marked reduction from the previous 8,216 cases as at Sunday to 7,850 cases on Monday, indicating significant development during the period, with a total of 76,492 cases recorded. According to the Ghana Health Service, 656 new cases of COVID-19 were recorded in the 24-hour period, with 68,100 recoveries announced on Monday. 1,013 persons have also made recoveries within the last 24 hours.
Personal assistant to Ken Oforiatta, Michael Bediakon, has dispelled rumors that the finance minister designate has passed away in the United States. Social media early Monday morning was awash with fake news, with some online portals reporting same. But the special aide to the Minister-designate for Finance allayed those fears when Gabiotri Dakon shared a message from him, which read, "The Honorable Minister-designate's Delta 157 flight has landed. He is in good spirits and sends his regards." The crisp message was accompanied by a fresh picture of the Minister-designate and his wife, Angela, at the John F. Kennedy Airport in New York. Ken Ofori-Atta left Accra on Sunday, 14th February, to seek medical attention following post-COVID-19 medical complications, a statement from the Finance Ministry announced. The statement said Ken Ofori-Atta will be out of the country to undergo a medical review and is expected to return after 2 weeks. According to the statement from the Ministry of Finance, the leadership of Parliament has been notified of Ken Ofori-Atta's absence as he was due for vetting on 16th February 2021.